Brand new It's in the Game podcast here on the Ball is Life Podcast Network. I'm joined by a great friend of mine. Yeah, I can't even do the intro without you making me laugh, man. Denny Blanco. I am Denny Blanco on both Instagram and Twitter. You can follow me at Randy J. Cruz, Rendy, the letter JCRUZ. You can find the podcast on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and the video version on the Cruise Control Podcast Network. So we don't normally do a show at this time of night unless something crazy happens. And we just saw the Clippers lose Game 7 to the Denver Nuggets. They were up 3-1 in the series and just had a total monumental collapse that we haven't seen ever or in a while. A 3-1 lead. Denver comes back from 3-1 against Utah. They come back 3-1 against the Clippers. And we had the Lakers and the Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals like it's 2009 all over again. Denny Blanco, you called it. The last show we did, I picked the Clippers. I didn't think they would go out like that. You picked the Nuggets. You picked Miami. I picked Boston. You've been winning all night, brother. But how do you feel? How do you feel right now? How do you feel right now, man?
Good evening, first and foremost. I'm going to be talking very low because this is an evening where I have occupants in the house. So I'll be brief and very calm, but straight to the point. First and foremost, Denver is a different breed, okay? The Joker is unstoppable.
Mm-hmm.
When I just saw the games continuously, Denver kept coming back from huge leads.
Right.
15-point leads, 10-point leads, 20-point leads. These boys were not afraid to go down. So once I saw that consistency, I said, no, the Clippers have no answer for this, especially with the Joker being able to feed out of the post, pull from three, grab a rebound, run the point guard himself, feed players. If the writing was on the wall. Ball is life.
Yes, sir.
We've given you great content. We've established some consistency in terms of picking the right picks.
That's you. That's all you for now. At the moment,
that's you too, Randy, because you got to feed off me too. So that's both of us. But right. Ball is life. Yeah, baby. The Clips is out of here.
Listen, I am by far no Clippers fan. I'm an NBA fan. I'm more of a Knicks fan. You know that. But just to see, bro, I'm in the room watching this game, nervous. Like I'm a longtime Clipper fan. I really want the Clippers and the Lakers to be in the conference finals. And I'm like, yo, we're not gonna get that matchup. Nobody's gonna get that matchup. I mean, listen, Denver played their ass off. They destroyed the Clippers games 5, 6, and 7. They deserve all the credit in the world right now. Kawhi and Paul George. I don't know, man. 2 superstars, all-stars, supposed to step up in this kind of environment. They both did not. Listen, look. Kawhi, 14 points, 6 for 22. Paul George, 10, 4 for 16. On the other side, Jokic, 22, 13, and 16. Jamal Murray, 40, who has been killing the entire playoffs.
What did I tell you?
Listen, okay, you told me Denver in Game 7. I picked the Clippers. I just didn't think they would go down and lose 3 in a row. They got 2 on the top 10, 15 players in the league. A great coach in Doc Rivers, which he going to take a whole load of blame right now. Not just Kawhi and Paul George, but Doc Rivers too. So, yeah, go ahead.
I told you. I told you it was Murray time. Didn't I tell you?
Yo, Murray.
What did I tell you? I said we haven't seen a game from Murray, the 50, 40-point explosion yet. I said he's been playing terribly. I said it's time. I said it's time.
Right.
And with
And,
that
and the
explosion,
kind of game he had is the kind of game that Kawhi should have had, that Paul George should have had. Both Murray and Jokic. Murray played 45 minutes. He played the whole game. Jokic played 40, triple double. And I'm like, and listen, you mentioned it earlier, previous show. Clippers had no answer for the Joker, and that proved again in 3 straight games. And we'll see what happens in the next series against Ann Davis. Can Ann Davis stop Joker? That remains to be seen. Bro, everybody wanted Clippers and Lakers. From day one, they wanted Kawhi, George, Ann Davis, LeBron. And I'm like, cool, I want that too, but the game's got to be played. Yo, you're supposed to close out up 3-1. I don't know how you lose 3 in a row, bro.
very
Yo,
easily.
Murray
Very
and
easily.
Jokic just destroyed them.
Let me explain how you lose 3-1. You lose confidence.
You get
Your
pressure,
main,
get tight.
one of your main players, your duo, Paul George,
Mm-hmm.
loses confidence. Not just this series, the whole bubble. He's been up and down. He hasn't been himself since he's been in the bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Kawhi Leonard has carried this team as far as he could. Unfortunately, he asked for this, and this is the result of what he asked for.
It's amazing how Kawhi and the Clippers and the Raptors both get eliminated in the same series, in the same round. And the Clippers still have never gotten to the conference finals ever. And they were just one game away, up 3-1. They couldn't close out the Nuggets. They couldn't do it.
The Nuggets are a good team. They're not to be messed with.
Great team.
The Lakers are in a world of trouble, if you ask me.
So you're saying the Lakers are in trouble?
They're a huge amount of trouble because Randy? I can't raise my voice, Randy, so I'm gonna be very, very calm and collected. I'm very angry that I can't do this the way I want to.
I know you be. If this was 12 in the afternoon, you'd be fucking animated right now.
Ball is life. I love you. But I told you, Randy, that the Lakers didn't want to see the Nuggets because the Clippers are easily defended. It's easy to defend. It's easy to defend the LA Clippers, but when you're defending the Denver Nuggets, if you watch the whole entire game, you saw back cuts, you saw back screens, you saw dribble penetration, you saw dribble handoffs, you saw dribble handoffs from the top of the key, you saw dribble handoffs from the wing. You have no answer for all of those switches and those secondary offensive moves.
Right.
It's going to be a problem for the Lakers, and I pray that Joker and Murray aren't on, because if they're on, oh my.
Okay, so you're not going out on the limb and saying something like, "Yo, the Lakers, if they start playing a little funny, you're not on that tippy toe line saying Denver might beat the Lakers. Are you trying to tell me that now, or
Randy, I wouldn't be surprised if Denver beat LA. I wouldn't be surprised by 1 second, because when you have a guy like the Joker who does so much from everywhere on the court, and he's big, he's a 7-footer, they have no answer for him. And when you can draw double teams in the playoffs, as he was doing tonight, every time he caught a double team, what did he do, Randy?
he passed the ball, open guy.
He would catch the ball. He would do the pick and roll off of Murray,
Right.
and once he caught the ball in the paint, if he got doubled, he would make the best pass, which is be a cut down the paint or a swing pass. Every single time, it would be a magnificent pass every time. It's beautiful to watch, and I can't wait to see him shred the Lakers. And if my pick is wrong and the Lakers lose, it is what it is.
Well, you've been wrong one time only, but I think the two times that you've been right so far, you picked Miami to win a series. They won game one earlier, and you picked Denver to win game seven. I said I picked the Clippers. Just did not think this will happen. It did, and I tell you one thing: the playoffs in the bubble is a whole different animal.
Again, I picked the Clippers prior to the series beginning to go to the Western Conference Final
Right.
prior to the series. So I started watching the series,
Mm-hmm.
even with the Clippers up 3-1. I said Denver has been here before. This is nothing new. I don't think they're nervous. And Jokic said it himself. We're not nervous. We're here to just play. We're not supposed to be here. There's no crowd participation. It's just us playing basketball.
I
And
mean, plus the fact Denver has played four straight game sevens, so it's like they like, all right, we know what to do. We know what not to do. So we've been here before, four consecutive times. So they know what to do in game seven.
we're in rhythm. We're in rhythm at the right time, at the right place. And let's and you when you find a team who has that much rhythm, remember the Houston Rockets.
Mm-hmm.
You have a team with the right rhythm, and they come out of nowhere and they hit you right in the mouth and win a championship. So the Lakers, you're in trouble. You're in huge, huge trouble. Frank Vogel, you best believe you better be writing up a defensive scheme right now in your sleep that can win you a championship. Because if you don't win a championship with AD and LeBron James,
You're looking at a Miami Denver NBA finals.
understand.
I'll watch it still. I'll watch it. I mean, if they deserve to win, then like if they play their ass off, which they have been doing, then they deserve to be in the finals. I can't be like, oh, Clippers this, Clippers that. Like, listen, you're up 3-1. You should have closed out. Denver was a better team the last three games. They deserve to be in the conference finals, and that's it.
It's the best team.
And who gets hot? Who gets hot too?
Best team at the best time
Mm-hmm.
is the one that's going to go forward. And the best team at the best time that's clicking at all cylinders. If I had to pick one team right now to put my money on that was going to win the championship, I'm picking that beautiful Serbian, that beautiful big man Serbian who can shoot threes, who can handle the ball, who can rebound, who is the best big man passer I've ever seen. Arvydas Sabonis, I apologize to you, but this is the best passing 7-footer I have ever seen in my entire life.
Who gets the blame? Who gets the equal share? It comes down to three people: Kawhi, Paul George, and Doc Rivers. But my thing is this: if this was like a LeBron, they'll kill LeBron. But now I want to see what happens. I'm not looking for it to happen. I don't want that on anybody. I'm just saying that now a collapse like this, people want to talk about, is Kawhi this superstar that should be leading you to a championship? Can he do this? Paul George, is he a superstar? Doc Rivers hasn't been to a conference finals with the Clippers at all. You know what I'm saying? Last time he was anywhere close was 2010 with Boston. Like, a lot of questions. Maybe the roster. I don't think anything is really wrong with the roster. Maybe a little tweak here and there, but who gets majority of the blame for the Clippers?
It's a lot of blame to go around, Randy.
Absolutely.
Like I said, Paul George wasn't ever comfortable in the bubble.
Yeah, bro.
I, if I was to rank them, let me break it down. If I was to rank them, Kawhi Leonard would be last. I wouldn't blame him first. I would blame him last. He carried the team. He carried them pretty much through the playoffs. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Paul George and Doc Rivers had some explaining to do, especially Paul George, because he expected to play better than this, and he didn't. He left his game somewhere. He lost his powers. He took a tenant cave and went somewhere and never came back. That's just the bottom line.
I mean, listen, man. This game, I've seen many upsets. I've seen, number 8 beat number 1. I've seen Seattle lose to Denver. I've seen Miami lose to New York. I've seen Denver last year as a 2 seed lose to Portland in Game 7 in the conference semis. I've seen, the Warriors beat the Mavericks. I've seen the Grizzlies beat San Antonio 1-8. Seen it all. And I think, this aside from like a Kobe LeBron in 09, that's the matchup that everybody wanted to see in the finals. We did not get that. We got LA and Orlando. But this is like maybe in the top tier of matchups you wanted to see in the conference finals or NBA finals, and you just did not get. You might get it next year, but this year you ain't getting that. High profile LA conference finals. And LeBron is just chilling right now. Like, it's no cakewalk. I tell you that much.
Randy, check it out. These, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the dream is over. The LA dream is over. Let it go. Let it sail down. It's the Titanic. It's gone. It's down in the tubes. It's down. It's down the drain. Just let it go. Now, you really have to deal with what's at stake here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
LA, you have to look yourself in the mirror, because if you cannot beat the Denver Nuggets this series and do not bring that championship home, LeBron's record's going to be affected again.
So you're saying right now it is LA's championship to win or lose right now. That means Denver or Boston and Miami should not beat the Lakers.
Not in the 7-game series. There should be no way. If you're talking about the 2 best players that's left in the bubble on one team,
mm-hmm.
LeBron James and Anthony Davis. If those 2 guys can't beat everybody else, well, there's, like I said, there's many ways to beat a dynamic duo,
mm-hmm.
and that's with a roster of 8 or 9 or 10. And Denver has that roster. You best believe Denver has that roster. you.
Oh man!
You best believe Denver has that roster from top to bottom. When it comes to Michael Porter Jr., when it comes to Harris, when it comes to Jeremy Grant, obviously you know about Deserbian, you know about Murray, you know about Plumlee. These guys aren't playing games, man. They're long, they're athletic, they can switch, they play defense, they rebound, they shoot threes, they can play half court, they can play fast break. The Lake Show, y'all in trouble. Y'all in serious trouble. I'm afraid for you.
How much trouble? Are we talking about like they can lose the whole series? Or a couple games? Like a LA Clipper trouble? Like, how much trouble you feel like they're in?
Like I said, I would not be surprised if they lose to Denver in a 7-game series. There's not enough. Listen, LeBron is Thanos. I've told you that before. LeBron is Thanos.
You have, yeah.
But the Avengers killed Thanos.
So Denver is the Avengers now.
The Avengers killed Thanos. There's no way. So if LeBron could only do so much. He can't defend Joker. He can't defend Murray, and he can't defend anyone else for that matter. Millsap. He can't defend everybody at the same time. He's only one player. So I pray that Frank Vogel brought his clipboard and knows what he's doing, because he has his work cut out for him.
So right now, before I let you go, prediction: Denver, Lakers, who wins how many games? Because right now you're batting over 500 right now. You're batting over 500 right now. That's a big win for you picking the Nuggets over the Clippers. It's a big win. Right now, you pick Miami. They're up 1-0. I still got Boston, which is a tough game we haven't even spoken about. That's a different day. But, that block was crazy by Bam. But right now, the focus will be on the Clippers tomorrow, the following day, and the following day, and the following day until next season. So you got Denver, Lakers. How many games?
After reading the tea leaves,
Mm-hmm.
I have reversed course.
Oh, what you got?
I have Denver in 7.
This guy. Wow. Listen, 2 weeks ago, you had Milwaukee and the Lakers in the finals. Now Milwaukee's ain't there. Now you're taking the Lakers out of it.
I apologize. I want to also, I want to take some time. Hold on.
You're going to retract?
No. I want to take some time and give a special shout out to a very special friend of mine.
Uh-huh.
His name is Joe Cruz. Joe Cruz, co-commissioner of Hoops in the Sun Summer League in Ocean Beach.
Right.
He called Denver early in the season. Even last year, he's been talking about them and saying how they're a dark horse and they're getting better. And I started watching them, and I started agreeing with him, and he called them early. Based on that, based on how they've been playing this whole entire bubble,
right,
I'm picking the Denver Nuggets. After further review, after picking the Lakers to win, I have changed course. I'm picking the Denver Nuggets because of the momentum to win in 7 in the bubble to go to the NBA Finals.
Wow. Okay. So what? Denver and Miami? That's your new that's your new finals now? Denver and Miami?
Denver, Miami, Denver wins the championship.
Okay, now we're doing too much. You got Denver winning. Okay, you got the Clippers off, but the Lakers, and they're gonna go to the finals, and they're gonna win. The Denver Nuggets. Listen, they're good. They're good. I mean, we can't listen. It's the bubble. Anything can happen. So if Denver wins, I'm not shocked. Miami, Boston, it is what it is. But the Lakers have everything is in their hands right now.
The Lakers have Thanos and Anthony Davis and role players. And the Denver Nuggets have a full, complete, up and down, 9-man roster team. It's going to be very interesting to see how that pans out. And that's exactly what I wanted to see because it's more drama. Yes, it's sexy because it's Paul George and Kawhi and LeBron and AD.
Mm-hmm.
But this is for basketball fans. If you're truly a fan of the sport in terms of X's and O's,
right,
in defense and offense, this is the better matchup, truly. Big man against big man, wing guards, sizable guards against LeBron James. He's going to be defended with multitude of players. It's going to be Murray. It's going to be Millsap. It's going to be Jeremy Grant. It's going to be Plumlee. It's going to be Joker. He's going to see 5+ defenders on him. It's going to be a beautiful scenario. I can't wait to see it.
So who guards Murray?
LeBron. I don't know. I mean, listen,
Caldwell Pope.
Caldwell,
I tell you that much.
Caldwell Pope.
Hey, Rondo.
You know your boy Rondo's gonna get torched. You know your boy, the one that can't shoot right now, Danny Green. He's barbecue chicken, with potato salad on the side, and it, like I said, I want to see them stop the Denver Nuggets offense. I want to see it. I really do.
So you got LeBron on Murray, Davis and Jokic, right?
That's automatic.
And then there's a Paul Millsap with Morris, I would assume, if he starts. Jerry and Grant, Danny Green. And who else I'm missing in the starting 5? Caldwell Pope and who I'm missing from Denver.
What was it? It's Murray. Harris. Yes, Murray Harris.
Okay. Caldwell Pope and Harris.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It sounds pretty even too. So They have no choice but to put LeBron on Murray though.
They're going to put LeBron on Murray, and good luck, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because he's going to put him in that pick and roll with the Joker, and they're going to have to switch. And when they switch, and Joker's has LeBron on his back, that's going to be must see TV
Mm-hmm.
right there. I want to see what happens in that pick and roll scenario. So it's going to be interesting.
Real quick, what'd you make of the Miami game? Boston game 1.
Tyler Sub-Zero Hero.
Big shot. The big shot in the fourth quarter to get them within 2.
Told you them boys aren't scared.
I didn't understand Tatum in the last shot. Like you waited, and you just stepped back for a 3. Like, come on, bro. Like, you could have got something way better than that.
Could have drove to the hole, get a foul. Could have got lucky when it could have went in by mistake. A lot
Yeah.
of things happen when you drive to the hole. But when you step back for a 3, it really doesn't bails the defense out. But
Oh, cat in the place.
yeah, it's nighttime. But yeah, the Boston Celtics, Bam Adebayo,
Yo, but that block though, that block was that
Bam,
destroyed me. I thought we had it.
Bam, Bam Adebayo is something else. The Miami Heat is something else. They don't fold. They are solid. And Jimmy Butler, shout out to Jimmy Butler.
Jim buckets.
Shout out to Jimmy Butler. He did his thing. He took it upon himself to defend not only Tatum
Mm-hmm.
during the end, but he hit a big 3,
Yeah,
and then he had an and one
right. Over Tatum.
over Tatum through Tatum,
Yeah.
like he wasn't even there.
Marcus Smart played good too. He knocking down some shots too.
Hey, it's going to be interesting. It's
Mm-hmm.
going to be interesting to see what
Right,
Kemba does as well.
right. And as a big Kimba fan, he gotta play a little better. I don't know what it is. Hope it's not an injury or anything, but I know it. Just the Kimba I know can really go off, and I think that's the Kimba we need to see in this series. Um, I don't know, man. I think the way if we get the way we got game 1, if we get that game 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I'm with it. I think whoever wins wins, but if they can keep that up, then we're in for one crazy classic series, man. That Denver Lakers, man. I want to see that right now. Got to wait a few days. I don't know when they play game 1,
Probably
but
Wednesday.
yo, bro, Clipper Nation, bro, distraught right now. Tomorrow, and every TV show, every sports show you're gonna see is the Clippers, and it's Kawhi this, is Paul George that, what they do with Doc Rivers, is his job in jeopardy, whole bunch of questions.
He'll come back next year.
Yeah.
They'll come back better next year. But no.
What are they missing? Last question. If they had to improve something, shooting, like a shooter?
They're missing that feathery touch of a shooter. That's what they're missing. That's what they're missing. They really don't have shooters that they can rely on, that they can pass to and say, all right, he's automatic. It's not Beverly.
No.
It's not their big men. They
No.
really don't have anyone that can shoot. They need a bona fide shooter on that team. At least, LeBron has Danny Green. But,
Yeah.
and then obviously Miami has Duncan, Hero. And then you have Joker that can shoot threes. Murray can shoot threes.
Mm-hmm.
But then Boston, they have streaky shooters. So it's going to be interesting.
Very. I don't want to keep you any longer. I appreciate you coming on. 12:15 Eastern time, following Game 7, Clippers and the Nuggets. We have the Denver Nuggets and the Lakers in the conference finals. Sound like 09 all over again. Kobe and Carmelo vibes, LA 1-6. I think that's my pick. I think LA in 6. But the more games, the better. If I get a game 7, I'll take it. But I got LA in 6. I think they can. I think Denver can get 2 games against the Lakers.
Sushi
um.
on you.
Oh yeah, for the Clipper game, right?
Well, no. Well, yeah, I think I bet that. Yeah, and then if you want, Lakers double up, double or nothing. Lakers, Denver.
So I got Lakers. So if the Lakers win, then I don't owe you shit.
I love you, bro. Either way.
Yeah. Plus we got that Miami Boston bet too. So you know,
You got it all lined up.
Yes, sir. You can follow Denny Blanco on both Instagram and Twitter at I am Denny Blanco. You can follow me at Randy J Cruz, RENDY, the letter J, CRUZ on both Instagram and Twitter. You can find the podcast on the Ball is Life Podcast Network on SoundCloud, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. If you're a fan of watching shows on video, podcasts on video, you can find the whole full video on the Cruise Control Podcast Network on YouTube. Denny Blanco, my man, always appreciate it.
All is life.
We out.